Atomic Habits by James Clear is not just a book about productivity. It's a complete blueprint for how to transform your habits, behavior, and identity using the power of tiny changes over time. The central idea is simple. Small habits, when repeated consistently, lead to massive results. James calls these atomic habits. Like atoms, they're tiny but incredibly powerful when they combine. Let's break it down step by step. Most people try to change their lives by setting big goals. Lose 30 pounds, save $10,000, run a marathon. The problem, goals don't create results, systems do. James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. In other words, your success is not about setting goals. It's about creating a system of small improvements that happen every day. So how do we do that? James introduces the 4 laws of behavior change, a simple framework for building better habits. Law 1. Make it obvious. Most people don't build habits because they forget or don't have a clear trigger. James says to design your environment to make cues obvious. If you want to practice guitar, don't keep your guitar in the closet. Put it in the middle of your room. If you want to eat healthy, place fruits on the kitchen counter, not cookies. You can also use a strategy called habit stacking. Pair a new habit with one you already do. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 1 minute. This makes the habit automatic. Law 2. Make it attractive. We're more likely to do things we enjoy. That's why James recommends temptation bundling. Link a habit you want to form with an activity you already enjoy. Example, only watch your favorite Netflix show while doing cardio, or only drink your favorite coffee while journaling. When the habit becomes attractive, your brain starts craving it. Also, surround yourself with people who already do the habit you want to be. Habits are contagious. If you spend time with readers, you'll start reading more. If your friends exercise regularly, it becomes your norm. Law 3. Make it easy. Here's where most people mess up. They try to do too much, too fast. James says, focus on showing up, not being perfect. Want to become a writer? Start by writing 1 sentence a day. Want to work out? Do 1 push-up. The goal is to make the habit so small that it feels effortless to begin. He calls this the 2-minute rule. Any habit should start with a version that takes less than 2 minutes. Instead of saying, I'll read 30 pages, say, I'll read 1 page. This reduces resistance and helps you stay consistent. Remember, repetition is more important than perfection. It's better to do a small version of your habit every day than to do it perfectly once a week. Law 4. Make it satisfying. Our brain loves rewards. That's why it's important to end habits with something positive. Track your progress. Use a habit tracker or cross off days on a calendar. These visual cues are satisfying and build momentum. Celebrate small wins. If you completed your workout, give yourself a fist bump. If you wrote your journal entry, treat yourself to a short break. The more satisfying a habit feels, the more likely it is to stick. Now here's where the book goes deeper, into the concept of identity. Most people focus on outcomes. I want to lose weight. I want to earn more money. James Clear says this is backward. True change happens when you shift your identity. Don't aim to read 20 books. Become the kind of person who says, I am a reader. Don't aim to run a marathon. Become someone who says, I am a runner. Every small action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. When your habits align with your identity, they become natural. Here's a powerful example. 2 people are offered a cigarette. One says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. The other says, no thanks, I don't smoke. The first person still sees themselves as a smoker. The second person has changed their identity. Now let's talk about breaking bad habits. The same 4 laws apply, but in reverse. To break a bad habit, make it invisible. Remove cues and triggers from your environment. Make it unattractive. Reframe how you think about the habit. Make it difficult. Add friction between you and the behavior. Make it unsatisfying. Use accountability, like telling a friend or setting up consequences. For example, if you want to stop checking your phone in bed, leave it in another room. Want to eat less junk food? Don't keep it in the house. Increase the number of steps between you and the bad habit. Another big idea in the book is the plateau of latent potential. James says, complaining about not achieving success despite hard work is like complaining about an ice cube not melting when you heat it from 25 to 31 degrees. The breakthrough comes at 32 degrees. Success is not linear. You might not see results right away. But just because you don't see it doesn't mean your work is wasted. The work is compounding in the background, and one day the breakthrough will come. Let's take a quick, real-life example. Kobe Bryant didn't become a basketball legend overnight. He was known for arriving at practice before anyone else. He once showed up at 4 a.m. and stayed until he made 800 shots. That's atomic habits in action. Consistent, small improvements over time. Another example is Warren Buffett. He reads 5 to 6 hours a day. When asked how to get smarter, he held up a stack of books and said, "Read 500 pages like this every week." That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. And that's the final key idea. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just like money grows over time, small habits, reading 10 pages, eating 1 healthy meal, writing 1 paragraph, grow into massive change. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. In summary, here's how to build better habits with the Atomic Habits Framework. 1. Make it obvious. 2. Make it attractive. 3. Make it easy. 4. Make it satisfying. Focus on identity, not outcomes. Systems, not goals. Repetition, not perfection. Start small. Stay consistent. Trust the process. Change your habits, and you'll change your life.